What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And on today's episode of Fight Feedback, I'm going to break it down. That's right, the anticipated match of Keegan O'Toole versus David Carr. Both these guys are 2-2 against each other, and they could potentially meet in the semifinals. That's right, I'm breaking down the 2024 NCAA champions. That's right, the real WrestleMania, the real March Madness. Guys, this episode wouldn't be possible without our sponsor. That's right, I'm talking about Aptive. You may be a wrestler, you may be a fighter who is not done competing. Well, guess what, guys? Aptive is for you. These people will literally teach you how to sell. Yes, you will be going door to door knocking, but guess what, guys? I know between 18, 17, 60-year-old kids who are making close to $500,000 to $1 million a year by learning how to sell. So if you have a mouthpiece on you and you want to make that American dream, you guys make sure to go to summersales.org/Triple-C because it is time to level up. Here we have it, guys. Keegan O'Toole versus David Carr. Let's start off with none other than the stats of a guy like David Carr. I mean, let's look at his freshman year at Iowa. You know, ranked 23, 157 pounds, 23-1. Woo! Did he win it as a freshman? That's crazy. That's crazy, that one loss that he has. I mean, talk about being competitive. You know, to eventually coming back, now being ranked number 4, 18-1. His sophomore year, 15-0. You know, being ranked number 3rd, and obviously he ended up, doing a lot. But let's take a look at some of these stats here. I mean, his senior year, 2024 now. I mean, if you compare it to his freshman and sophomore year, I mean, he has a lot more losses that somewhat took place. But just look at the winning rate, the bonuses, everything that he's actually done in his career. Right now, I want to say that Carr is currently ranked number 4, I believe. He just lost to Keegan O'Toole for them to tie it 2-2. With that being said, let's get over to the one and only Keegan O'Toole. Yeah, started off as a freshman. You know, ranked number 3rd, 19-1. 25-0, sophomore, 20-2. I believe both of those losses came to David Carr. And then now as a junior, which he's ranked number 1 right now, he is 19-0. I mean, 100%. You know, look at all these bonuses. Look at how much better this man has gotten. I mean, when I look at a matchup between Keegan O'Toole and David Carr, like, these guys are super similar. You know, if you talk about your best rival ever, this might be one of those rivalries that's probably one of the greatest rivalries of all time by being 2-2. But without further ado, let's get to some wrestling. So this was the first time these guys taking place, and right now, like right away, it's the first time they take place. But if you guys notice too, that Keegan O'Toole loves the center, and I love the way Carr's kind of playing the edge, kind of giving those lateral movements. But this guy's trying to pop off right away. He's looking for something. Beautiful shot by. Yeah, you guys notice that leg? You guys notice that leg here? Beautiful. And I think that's something that more likely David Carr's gonna have to bring back to really cinch it, because those legs or whatnot really helped him. And I believe here he does a little cutback to be able to get the, no, he goes back to that leg again. And then this is where he extended his leg. And again, this is David Carr O'Toole 1. Notice he's around the waist. Well, he patiently came around and ended up getting his 2. He inched his way into actually getting the takedown. Yeah, and Keegan O'Toole snapping the head down, looking for the legs. And then same thing, just a different style. But he was able, I'm surprised I wasn't too. But either way, they both have an ability of using their legs to be able to take people down. And then look, he's messing with them. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the, can we go back real quick? He's doing the Muhammad Ali. He's doing the Ali shuffle. You know, this is a guy that comes straight forward. Little things like that kind of tend to mess with somebody. It'll get you to overextend. Yeah, got to his legs. Very, very nice. Yeah, same thing. A little different style. Ooh, beautiful reshot. Beautiful reshot. Same thing. Now, yeah, now he's hiking up the leg. So notice that one time around, he hiked the leg. On the other one, he slowly, the other takedown for a guy like David Carr, he was able to inch his way in, but on this time, he was able to lift the leg to actually get the takedown. Yeah, this is at the Big 12s now. This is Carr again versus O'Toole. This is their second time meeting. You know, wrestling each other. Same thing, conquering the center. This is what O'Toole wants. You know, he's doing the ollie. You know, he's messing with them too. This is good for Carr. The more that you can kind of give those lateral movements to a guy who's very straightforward and basic. Look, he's doing it again. I talk about like kind of frustrating or making a dude think a little bit. I mean, that's a lot, man. That's folk style wrestling for you guys. It'll be hard for you to get away with that stuff in freestyle. Nice, beautiful setup. Can we go back real quick? And look at how he used that pressure of that arm, released it, snapped him to eventually get the takedown. I mean, these are the things, it's gonna have to be a lot of touch and go for Carr in order for him to do that. Because it was a literal touch and mo. It was touch, snap, get to the legs. Look at Nate Carr. You know, Olympic bronze medalist. His father made many world team members. You know, back in the day, he used to wrestle guys like Arsen Fedzayev. Remember, I think he suplexed Arsen Fedzayev? But crazy, man, crazy athlete. Crazy duck under, too. Yeah, right now it's 3-1. And he's getting hit by a stall call right now. You know, so it's 3-2, 15 seconds left. I mean, David's gonna have to really, yep, he got hit with the stall call 1, so now it's tied up. He's kind of like, what's up? But it's actually a right call. I think, you know, if you're playing the edge a little too much, but beautiful, same thing. Same thing on this shot. It was a touch release. Go back real quick. So I think this is where David needs to come back. Yep, touches and goes, fake, boom, and go. I feel like he lost touch of that a little bit, in his future bouts with Keegan. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, careful holding on to that. Yeah, you just gave them a little bit more of that cradle. Yep, and that was it. The referee is counting. And this right here, guys, it says a lot about Keegan O'Toole. Says a lot about him. Boom. You know, is drawn to overtime, is losing the match, and then eventually, because of a mistake of him staying there, locking the leg, he ends up getting stuck. But you know what? I will say something about Keegan O'Toole, and it says this is the mind of a champion. He came back, and he came back with the vengeance. Now we're talking about the NCAA finals. These guys are now, you know, Big 12, whatever, man. The biggest thing that you want to do is win where it really counts. And this is at the NCAA championships. Look, same thing. Look, he's starting with the bring it back, Carr, bring it back. And bring that back. On the edge, he wants to conquer the center, wants to get him to pull back a little bit. And David Carr, you know, he wants to be loosey-goosey, man. He needs his space. And great touch release by Keegan. Like, one thing that I will say about Keegan that he does very well is he'll hand fight with you and go, or sometimes he'll just boom, touch and go. And he's got a mixture of like 3 different styles. Yeah, beautiful defense. Squaring up, his head's in the middle by David Carr. Yep. He kind of has him there. He's bunched up to him. He's like pressing into him. He's not sprawling. He's pressed into him. Like he's in a very neutral position where he's able to control. And then now, I don't know why Keegan does that or why he complicates it more, but boom. Once he squared up here and he dunked his head, he was able to defend him. Yeah, oh, beautiful reshot. Beautiful reshot. Can we go back for a second? Yeah, shot in, kind of comes up a little too high on this time. Boom, you see how he came up too high, gave them an angle, and this is why Keegan was able to take him down. He came up too high, and then he came out at an angle too much, where this dude was able to dive in. And same thing, the first match that they were doing. Now, they both use the leg very well. He's able to snatch that leg and eventually come behind, get around, and get his 2. I mean, talk about patience. Patience is an essence. Yeah, and now I want you guys to look at this scramble here. Like, you do not want to be in this positions with a guy like Keegan now, because he's gotten so much better. You know, obviously he's a wrestler who has trained with Ben Askren. He's a wrestler who's part of that. I don't know what the hell this is, but whatever the hell, and however the hell he did it, it's amazing how he was able to get the 2. Can we backtrack that real quick? Yeah, see, he was looking to kind of sneak his leg through, and this dude just said, you know what, boom. As you're going over with that leg, I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna pitch you over here to be able to get my takedown. I mean, there's no technique, but you have to have a feel, and you have to understand the funk. But you also have to remember that this dude comes from the school of Ben Askren. Ben Askren is one of the funkiest wrestlers in NCAA, probably history, to eventually get his 2. I mean, talk about, 5-1 now, guys. I feel like David, if you hang out here again, yeah, just pitching them through. Just pitch them through. Can we go back to that one more time? He's there, boom. You cannot be in this position. Yeah, he just crotch lifted him, and then somehow he ended up on his back. He caught him at that right angle. Yeah, I mean, talk about coming back with the vengeance. I mean, 8-2. An 8-2 at the NCAAs, man. You guys have any idea how hard that is to come back? Could you come back 100%? You know, they are officially, this is their last match, which came a couple weeks ago. And I actually watched it, one of the craziest scrambles I've ever seen. Just a crazy scramble where Keegan was able to come out on top. But now he's a lot more aggressive. He's a lot more, reshots. Yeah, smart, restart it, push him out. Push him out. Yeah, now Keegan, yep. Go back real quick. Yeah, is in a front headlock. And as soon as he grabbed that, he just started driving. He started driving, inching it, but it goes back to that leg, guys. It goes back to him getting that leg behind here. David Carr hit it first on him. It's almost like he almost kind of learned from it how to use legs to be able to take somebody down. Yeah. Oof, nice attempt. Nice attempt by Carr. Look at his dad, man. His dad is, his biggest fan. Yeah, he's like in the match. Again, goes back to the same thing. It's almost like, it almost goes like, if you don't get the initial takedown with a guy like Keegan, look at that. I mean, talk about hips. I mean, this is a scramble that I was talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how he was in position to take somebody down, then boom. Next you know it, this dude is using funk. He's using all that, and he even just winked at me. But whatever that was, hell of a scramble. KEEGAN O'TOOLE now gets a crazy victory. But without further ado, man, let's go over to, David Carr's keys, man, to victory. And I think he's gonna have to change up his takedowns, going either sweep singles, where he's really off to the outside, because anything that's in front of KEEGAN O'TOOLE, you're gonna be in trouble. You gotta snatch things. You gotta remember those tap releases and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just cannot be in front of him. If you're in front of him, you know what I'm looking at doing? Is being patient in the scramble. More important than being patient on the scrambles is stalemating. I don't know how many coaches teach that, but if you cannot take them down initially within those first 4 to 5 seconds, you're just gonna have to stalemate it. Because what's he doing? He's pitching you through. What's he doing? He's following your hips, and he's able to expose you. The other thing too is that Ali shuffle, your movements. Your movements are gonna be different. If somebody cannot grab you, if you're constantly making somebody move like this, how are they gonna pop off a takedown? Because KEEGAN O'TOOLE doesn't have the lateral movements as a guy like David Carr. So can you use the edge and be very, very snappy and witty and catch your angles to eventually looking for your own takedowns? And not but not least, and you caught him there, is your reshots. You know, KEEGAN O'Toole will at times just shoot, get to a leg, and he feels good. As soon as he gets to a leg, KEEGAN O'Toole now, from what I've seen from those last 2 matches, once he gets to David Carr's leg, he's a better scrambler than him. Avoid that by making him shoot, re-attacking him right away. And without further, the number one ranked wrestler now. What are the keys for him? Because again, guys, they're 2-2. You know, this next fight, this next wrestling match decides who's on top. I mean, it's David Carr's senior year. You know, how does he maintain it? How does he repeat as an NCAA champ? It's great single leg defense, and he has it. Keep him in front of you. Let him shoot. You can scramble from there. You know what I'm saying? Attack and be the aggressor. I think right away, if I'm KEEGAN O'Toole, I'm looking at right away, kind of cut him off. Everywhere he's going, we cut him off. Everywhere he's going, we cut him off, and then we pressure. We cut him off and we pressure, and we're able to kind of start bringing that pace according to how's it that we actually want it. And it's simple. It's by staying in the middle. If there's one thing that this guy does very, very well, where he wants to fight or the wrestling matches, he wants it in the middle. The more that a guy like KEEGAN O'Toole can keep in the middle, because the more scrambles there are, the more unlimited stamina that there are, the more it allows him to wrestle. And that being said, as you keep it in the center, you're able to create more scrambles. You know, there's not a lot of guys like this dude that you'd be like, oh, he's about to get taken down. Boom, next you know it, he's up top. We just saw that last scramble. That last scramble, I'm just like, whoa. I saw it live. I was watching the Big 12s. I saw that, like, what the hell? I'm like, dude, I for sure thought David Carr was gonna take him down. But he needs to create them scrambles. And the more this guy scrambles, the more he's in kind of bad positions. It's almost like, and I don't say this too often, it's actually better for him. So the person that really needs to make those adjustments, it's not KEEGAN O'Toole. It's this guy right here. It's David Carr. Because those last outings that he's had with KEEGAN O'Toole, the fact that he's lost and he's lost in that fashion, he's gonna have to take a risk. He's gonna have to be witty. It's his senior year. He needs to get it back. There's cement missing, there's inside trips, there's taps and goals, but you cannot stay in the center, or you cannot shoot in the center, or have this dude straight in front of you. Everything's gonna have to be angles. You're gonna have to use your movement. You're gonna have to use the edges. You're gonna have to somehow frustrate this dude, because this dude's only getting better. And with KEEGAN right now, undefeated. He's gonna be up for the Hodge trophy. These guys are gonna see each other in the semifinals. This guy needs to make the adjustments. But if I had to choose, who is it that I would give the edge to? If I'm gonna give the edge to anybody who's been doing everything, it's him. But if he could get it right, and I don't know KEEGAN O'Toole, but I do know Carr. If Carr does it right, and if he's able to really tactically stick to a good game plan and stick to it and take risks, not these 3-2 matches. If he's able to go in there, tap and go, use that motion, stalemate it. If he ends up in certain position, just stalemate it, just hold for dear life. Don't create scrambles. Then I can see a guy like David Carr pinpointing this dude with certain takedowns and using movements for him to catch that victory. But as of right now, guys, this guy's good. Junior world champ. He's gonna be wrestling at the senior level. He's done a hell of a good job. I do believe that both of these guys are not done yet. They may be done with NCAA wrestling, but these guys are gonna be looking at each other for a very, very long time, trying to make an Olympic team. So again, guys, I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and you guys just watched an episode of Fight Feedback. And this episode wouldn't be possible without our sponsor, that's right, Aptive. If you are a former wrestler, a former fighter that doesn't like to take no for an answer, well, I got the place for you. Yes, I'm talking about Aptive. That's right, the sales company that will teach you how to sell. Yes, you will be going door to door knocking, but guess what, guys? I know between 17, 18-year-old kids that are foregoing college to chase the American dream, making a whole lot of money. So you guys make sure to go to summersales.org/CCC, because it is time to level up. Until next time, guys, I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, AKA Triple C, and I'm out.